KOR Sports here with Kathy Duva. About 3 weeks away now. Training camps, finishing up now. Tell us, how is he looking? What have you heard?
Well, John tells me he looks terrific. He has a new physical training regimen that he's been doing, and I think he's going to fix whatever he broke last time. He's going to be just fine.
There was a lot made of the face-off. Well, I guess there isn't one, right? So, what happened? What do you know? Why didn't Ward show up? What's going on?
I cannot explain Andre Ward. A lot of people spent tens of thousands of dollars and a lot of time preparing to do that. The HBO crew was out there at 4 in the morning. They didn't find out until around 8:39 that Ward wasn't coming. We didn't find out until the same time. We got an email saying that it's canceled. Apparently, the night before they were scheduled to do an interview on HBO. They were both very late. They were supposed to be there at 7 o'clock. Ward got there at 8:30. They interviewed him right before the main event. They were about to walk to the ring. Had he been a few minutes later, he would have missed it. Sergey was late too. He was driving from Bixby. And when I realized around 4 o'clock that they hadn't left yet, and he was never going to get there by 7. I'm picturing Sergey like flying down the highway trying to get there. I said, no, yeah. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
The important thing is tomorrow, as long as you're here for that. But Ward apparently took issue with the fact that Sergey wasn't there, and he left.
I thought it had something to do because they did ask Ward. They did talk to Ward, like you said.
Yes.
And there was I don't remember exactly the question, but Lampley asked him something about the previous fight, and he kind of took like a little Odin's to it, like didn't kind of like that. And then when I heard the next day he didn't show up for the face-off, I thought maybe that was why. But
I don't know. Also he came there, and then they made the big Golovkin-Canelo announcement. There were people speculating maybe he felt he'd been overshadowed in some way. I cannot tell you what is in Andre Ward's head. I really can't. All I know is, again, a lot of people spent a lot of money and a lot of time, and he walked out on all of them. And if he's mad at Sergey, you have the opportunity to beat him up. That should be enough. That isn't the way to express it. If you're trying to play head games, you don't do that in that kind of a setting when other people have gone through that kind of trouble. When you talk about what a good person you are all the time, you know what? It's unprofessional. Am I thrilled that Sergey didn't get to that interview? No, but I'll tell you, in 5 years, it's the first time he ever missed an interview. Ward missed the press conference to announce our last fight, so
well, yeah.
Kind of has a pattern.
I was going to say, I feel like this stuff though, it hurts the promotion.
There have been other instances where he and his team have done things that have hurt the promotion.
Right. I was going to say because everyone looks forward to the face-off. Everyone loves the face-off. That's what hypes people up. Fans
Sergey
up.
was looking forward to it.
Right.
He couldn't wait.
Yeah.
But when I told him Ward wasn't there, he just started laughing. He said, "Well, I guess he's afraid to face me," and that was the way he took it. Whatever. Yeah. I would. What can I say? You have to ask Andre Ward. I think he has a press day schedule. Maybe he can explain.
Yeah. Sergey was saying that last time he felt he overtrained and that he was tired after, I believe he said, the 5th round. I think. What steps do you think he's taken in camp? How do you? Because from a lot of fans' perspective, the HBO crew obviously thought he won, so it's kind of like. It didn't seem like he looked overtrained. He didn't look tired or anything. So
Well, that's a testament to Sergey's guts, because the truth is he was fighting that last 6 rounds on fumes. I think what happened was he had a trainer he brought in, a strength and conditioning guy, and he'd been for the past 2 fights, and he ran out of gas both times. He did it with Isaac too. I realize now the guy was a track coach. He was training for a sprint. This time he brought in a guy who works with distance athletes. Very different training regimen. Sergey's within a week or two. Sergey was like raving about the difference. He just needs to have a full tank for the whole 12 rounds, and he will this time.
A lot was made of the judging last time, that there were all American judges. Is that going to be different this time? Do you guys have any say in that?
No, Nevada appoints the judges. They make the decisions. We asked the commission, listen, just appoint those people who don't make mistakes. I did originally go to Ward's people and say, can we go together to the commission and ask them to appoint foreign judges, so there would be no question. But Ward's people wouldn't agree to that, of course. So we said, okay. So we asked them, just pick people who are not those, who aren't going to listen to the crowd, who aren't going to fall into a pattern. You see a guy getting beat up for 3 or 4 rounds, and then he loses a round close the next time, and you give him the round. And there was some of that going on. I didn't see a single close round go to the champion, to Sergey. They all went to Ward. The crowd was very pro-Ward, and I think that's what played into it. I don't buy this American judges versus foreign judges. Our country is so big. If you're from California, as Ward is, I don't want judges from California. In Europe, like people say, well, if you go to Europe, they take them from different countries. Well, the distance between Italy and France is no different than the distance between New York and New Jersey. To my mind, we don't want judges that were working all of Ward's fights as he was coming up, getting to know him, getting to like him. Unconscious bias is real. It happens in everything. And some judges fall prey to that, fall victim to that more often than others. I think the ones they chose this time are pretty good track records for not listening to the crowd and just watching the fights. They're skilled, and I'm hoping, I don't believe for a moment that the judges he's chosen are going to have in their mind will erupt the thought of, Sergey's Russian. Yeah. Sergey's been fighting in America for 5 years more, 6 or 7 years, 5 years with me. He is a hero here to a lot of people, and he is living the American dream. So I don't see Sergey. It's so funny. I don't see Sergey as a foreigner anymore, and I guess that's wrong. But my feeling is we are. We have this great rematch of the most controversial fight of last year. They are number 1 and number 2 in the world, according to the magazine. It's only the second time it's ever happened that number 1 fought number 2. You know that? The first time was
Chavez and Whitaker, right? Yeah.
Incredibly bad decision. And
it's a trend there.
24 years ago. But here they are fighting each other twice in the space of 7 or 8 months. And I think that's tremendous. And so I think, my message is just like, watch this fight, because we're going into round 13, and whatever happens, it's going to be fascinating.
And that was my final question, actually. If, obviously we're hoping there's a clear-cut kind of decision this time, kind of that there isn't any controversy. And if Sergey is on the winning end of that, can we expect to see a trilogy between these two? Is there anything in the contract about that, or?
There's nothing in the contract about that at all.
Is that the plan, do you think? If Sergey were to win, is that kind of the obvious choice, or are you guys?
If Sergey were to win, then that'll be up to us, won't it?
All right. True. Is that something you guys would entertain, or are you kind of done with the deal with it when it happens?
This is like asking the mother in a delivery room if she's going to have another baby. We're not going to talk about that today.
All right, Kathy. Thank you so much for the time. Best of luck in June. Appreciate it. Thank you.